I'm Mike Sullivan.
And I'm Lauren Sullivan. So Mike and I actually just got back from Drive Shack. We had a nice fun morning playing with some friends who don't really play much golf. So they were wondering what a hybrid was. So I thought that would be a great topic for today's video. So what exactly is a hybrid?
A hybrid is, kind of like the name of the club says, it's a hybrid between a fairway wood and an iron. Really, and it's meant to replace your longer irons.
So why would does everybody need a hybrid? Is that the club that everybody should have in their bag?
Probably. Most people that are not playing golf for a living probably will play they'll do better from long distances with a hybrid club, much better than they would.
And why is that? Why is a hybrid easier?
So let me grab one, right? All right, so here we've got a 4-iron. When you look at this club though, the weight distribution of this club, it's a fairly tall club and it's not a real wide sole of the club. So because there's not a lot of material or metal down low, it's hard to get a lot of the center of gravity of the club below the equator of the ball. So whenever you hit a thin shot, it's because you're catching the ball kind of like on the way up a little bit. You're not really getting the lowest part of the club beneath the ball. Well, when you use a hybrid club, you can see that it's a shallower face and so much of the weight of the club is down low and back behind where the ball would be. So even if you catch the ball a little bit thin, all this weight down here and all this weight back low, it makes it a lot easier to get the ball up in the air. So the hybrid club is just going to hit the ball up in the air a lot easier than the iron is going to be. It's a little bit longer in length usually because it actually hits the ball a little bit higher. And what the manufacturers have done is you can see this is a 4 hybrid and they kind of did the guesswork for you. This is the club that you would get to replace your 4 iron.
So just to be clear, would these clubs go close to the same distance?
Yes,
okay.
Theoretically. Now, frankly, this 4 iron, you're probably not hitting it really solid very often. So you might hit the 4 hybrid a lot farther than the 4 iron because you're going to catch what's closer to more solid contact. And they really do work. I found myself, if I have a 5 iron or a 6 iron into a green, pulling out my 4 hybrid, choking down on it, and being imprecise because I just know my chances of hitting this thing solid and hitting it well are just so much higher than a long iron. So really, I think once you get longer than a 7 iron, so 6 iron, 5 iron, 4 iron, 3 iron, those are the clubs you want to consider replacing with a hybrid. And the higher handicapper you are, the newer golfer you are, the closer to that 6 iron you want to replace. So a lot of beginner sets would be much better off having a 7 iron be the longest iron and then going to hybrid.
Now, do you know how long they've had hybrids? How many years?
So, it's funny. When I was a kid, there was this golf club company, I think it was Browning. They used to make a whole set of clubs that looked like fairway wood, like this. And then they all kind of disappeared. It was something like, the seniors would use,
Yeah.
And they disappeared. And then in the late 90s, TaylorMade came up with this club called the Rescue Club, which was this. And then everyone jumped back on that bandwagon. So, basically, I think I read an article that back in about 2004, maybe 10% of golfers or so had hybrids in their bag. And now it's a huge percentage of golfers have hybrids in their bag. And, once you see tour players pulling out the hybrid, and they may not be hitting a 3 iron, then it's time for us to talk.
It's always amazing to me when I see brand new, especially lady golfers who come in here with hand-me-down sets with 3 and 4 irons. You're not making it any easier on yourself trying to hit those long irons. So.
Right. And I know we want to keep this brief, but I want to throw one more thing out there. A lot of people, they decide, I love my whatever club. And sometimes I see people that say, I love my 3 iron. I hit my 3 iron so great. Well, if they had a 3 hybrid and they were really objective about it and gave themselves a chance to learn how to get comfortable with it, they would hit that 3 hybrid so much better than a 3 iron. It wouldn't even be
and more
close.
consistently too. Right?
Yeah, so try to let go of your preconceived notions and some of the mental like biases you may have, because it just, you know, it's proven that these hybrid clubs are just so much easier to hit than most combined. So they really are.
So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the upcoming weeks, we are going to be doing a hybrid series on 3 different shots in which to use the hybrid.
Great.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.